Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. New Yellowstone replacement show is now streaming and it's already off to a way better start. Recently released a new Western series, Territory, and it may just give Yellowstone a run for its money. Territory is an Australian Western drama show that follows various members of the Lawson family as they fight for ownership of their family farm, Marianne Station. However, the cracks running through their family allow others to vie for the farm as well, including rival farmers, gangsters, miners, and indigenous leaders. Ultimately, this leads to an intense battle for succession. Despite premiering just a day or two ago, the show has already garnered an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. So far, Territory has earned quite a bit of praise for its storytelling and attention to detail. Though the show could be considered soapy, this level of drama actually makes the series all the more riveting. Audiences are immediately pulled into the simmering tensions between the Lawson family and their competition. Furthermore, Territory succeeds at showing various different perspectives, including those of the indigenous characters, who are so often forgotten in these types of narratives. Ultimately, Territory provides amazing visuals and an engrossing story that will transport its viewers straight into the Australian outback. Based on the premise alone, it is clear that Territory is a perfect watch for Yellowstone fans. The two series have many commonalities, including genre, themes, and to a certain degree setting. Although John Dutton is firmly at the head of the Dutton family, his children play a massive part in the show, just like in Territory. Furthermore, both shows place an emphasis on the conflicts between farmers and other groups, which can often lead to violence. Australia may be a long way from Montana, but the essences of these stories are quite the same. In many ways, Territory actually improves the story that Yellowstone is trying to tell. Where Yellowstone has often struggled to balance its indigenous characters with its white characters, Territory's cast is more successfully represented. On top of that, Territory seemingly has a much more obvious goal than Yellowstone. The Lawsons are all vying for control of Marianne Station in Territory, which gives the show a clear goal it's working towards. Yellowstone is a bit more abstract, following the general problems faced by John Dutton and his family members. Thus, Territory offers a bit more bite than Yellowstone. At the core of both Territory and Yellowstone are family politics. In some ways, the troubles of the Duttons and the Lawsons feel incredibly similar, just as Beth, Jamie, and Case have varying visions for the future of the Dutton Ranch. Emily, Graham, and Marshall are all hoping to take control of Marianne Station, regardless of the patriarch's wishes. Really, the only difference is that the Lawsons' fight is much more concentrated than the Duttons. While the Lawsons are in an explicit battle for succession, the Duttons' situation is more complicated, and therefore, less intense. In reality, Yellowstone has a much bigger scale than Territory, especially in terms of the family dynamic. The Duttons have more family members and friends than the Lawsons do, and arguably even more enemies. This makes the world of Yellowstone feel much larger than that of Territory, which is a good and bad thing. On one hand, Yellowstone's vastness allows for a long-running story that is complicated and intriguing. However, it also dilutes some of the story's intensity and gives the show too many different aspects to juggle all at once. Territory and Yellowstone may be similar, but their reviews have some key differences. When Yellowstone Season 1 first aired in 2018, the series earned a rather disappointing 57% critics' score on Rotten Tomatoes, though its audience score was much better at 83%. Currently, Territory has a solid 80% critics' score, and the audience score hasn't been tallied just yet. In this way, Territory could certainly pull ahead of Yellowstone, at least in terms of first-season critical acclaim. At the very least, Territory is off to a much better start than Yellowstone was. Critical reactions aside though, Territory may not reach the same levels of popularity that Yellowstone did. Although the show may be better received than Yellowstone, it doesn't boast the same star power that Yellowstone did via Kevin Costner. Furthermore, the Australian setting may make Territory less relatable to viewers than Yellowstone's Montana setting. Territory is still in its infancy, but if it truly wants to outdo Yellowstone, it will have to grow into another unstoppable franchise. In the world of television, few shows have made as seismic an impact as Yellowstone. Its gritty exploration of family, power, and the American West captured the imagination of millions. However, as the Dutton family saga came to a dramatic close, fans were left wondering if anything could ever fill its cowboy boots. Enter American Frontier, the newest drama to take the reins, and if early buzz is any indication, it might just surpass its predecessor. Streaming exclusively on Paramount+, American Frontier wastes no time making a name for itself. The pilot episode opens with a sweeping shot of a rugged mountain range, the sun cresting over jagged peaks. Unlike Yellowstone, which centered on the Dutton family's massive Montana ranch, American Frontier broadens its scope to follow the intertwined lives of several families vying for survival and legacy in a burgeoning western town during the 1880s. A story as vast as the plains. One of the most striking differences between Yellowstone and American Frontier is the narrative structure. While Yellowstone honed in on the Duttons, American Frontier adopts a sprawling ensemble approach. There's the ambitious McAllister family, whose patriarch, Gideon McAllister, dreams of turning the untamed land into a thriving cattle empire. Opposing him is Evelyn Blackthorne, a widowed landowner fiercely protective of her ancestral lands. Meanwhile, a third storyline follows Mateo Ortega, a Mexican-American blacksmith caught between two worlds as he navigates the racism and exploitation of the time while striving to build a future for his family. The show's creators, helmed by showrunner Caroline Reynolds, have woven a tapestry of stories that feel both intimate and epic. "We wanted to capture the complexity of the era," Reynolds explained in a recent interview. "It wasn't just about cowboys and gunfights. It was about resilience, community, and the price of progress. Characters that steal the spotlight." What truly sets American Frontier apart is its rich and diverse cast of characters. Gideon McAllister, played by veteran actor Timothy Olyphant, brings a magnetic intensity to the screen. His portrayal of a man torn between ambition and morality has already drawn comparisons to Kevin Costner's iconic John Dutton. Opposite him, Viola Davis delivers a powerhouse performance as Evelyn Blackthorne. Her steely resolve and fierce love for her land and children make her a force to be reckoned with. Another standout is Diego Luna as Mateo Ortega. His character's journey from a skilled blacksmith to an unlikely leader of his community is both inspiring and heart-rending. Luna's nuanced performance anchors the show's exploration of themes like identity and justice. A visual feast. American Frontier spares no expense when it comes to production value. Filmed on location in the rugged landscapes of Wyoming and Colorado, the show's cinematography is nothing short of breathtaking. The sprawling vistas, detailed set designs, and authentic costumes transport viewers to a time when the West was still wild and untamed. Critics have already praised the show for its ability to make the landscape feel like a character in its own right, tackling timely themes through a historical lens. While Yellowstone often dealt with contemporary issues like land disputes and environmentalism, American Frontier delves into the historical roots of these conflicts. The show doesn't shy away from the brutal realities of the 19th century, including the displacement of indigenous peoples, the struggles of immigrant communities, and the clash between industrial progress and nature preservation. However, it balances these heavy themes with moments of levity and hope, showing the resilience of its characters in the face of adversity. Audience reception. If social media chatter is anything to go by, American Frontier has struck a chord with audiences. Fans have taken to Twitter and Instagram to praise the show's writing, acting, and production quality. Finally, a Western that's as inclusive as it is entertaining, one viewer tweeted. Another wrote, "It's like Yellowstone meets Deadwood, but with a fresh perspective. I'm hooked." Early reviews from critics have been overwhelmingly positive as well. Entertainment Weekly called it a bold new chapter in the Western genre, while The Hollywood Reporter lauded its ambitious storytelling and stellar performances. Even those skeptical about a Yellowstone successor have admitted that American Frontier has exceeded their expectations. The road ahead. With only a handful of episodes released, it's too early to declare American Frontier a definitive success. However, the show's strong start bodes well for its future. Paramount Plus has already greenlit a second season, a testament to the network's confidence in the series.